Good afternoon, Miss. Hope if you he's doing very well. We are going to talk about the topic of the sterilization. My team is made up of the Brian Rodriguez Pacheco, Nayeli Rivera Reyes, and your server Villalba León Andrea. My partner explication of the next diapositive.
Index 1. Introduction. 2. Objectives. 3. What is sterilization? 4. What difference is between disinfection and sterilization? 5. Division SEIE. 6. Types of sterilization. 7. Sterilized material handling and basic principles. 8. Function of the service profile, activities of the nurse. 9. Characteristics SEIE. 10. How do the pandemic we are experiencing affect of area? Strategies to provide a between service. 12. Strengths and weaknesses of sterilization. Will we remain fear on conviction of the pandemic? Strategies to seek the sick. Communication channels to provide information to patients and families. What role does the nurse playing in the pandemic? The new project expectation and experience in trying of this project and supplies.
Number 1, introduction with the field of nursing of the very essential activities to know how to sterilize material before it is used by the parents. This process begins from the moment that the material is washed and it has to be seen how the material and the what's done so that better sterilization process can be given. With the clinical field, we observed this is produced in the area of the SEIE.
Objectives. The objective general is to publish the great importance of the SEIE area, its role in the place in the current of COVID-19 pandemic in a hospital through graphic and written representation and the sufficient knowledge area in the general. The specific objectives it will be know how the basic knowledge of the sterilization is generated of the nursing degree. Specific objectives. Know to the different types of the sterilization. There are know what activities a nurse must carry the period of the sterilization of material. And finish, suggest different packing method of the different material.
What is sterilization? Sterilization is the process by which a product free of viral microorganisms is obtained. The sterilization process must be designed, validated, and carried out to ensure that it is capable of removing the microbial load for the product and more resistant microorganisms.
This is 4. What difference is there between the disinfection and sterilization? Disinfection for its are conscious and in 17 the cover effects that microbes produces in humans and the sometimes attributes to destroy and larger plants these microbes. And this is sterilization. It is process destroys any time of extinction microbes and thus to get the job done, and we are going to use it articles of scientific dissemination and the photographs and videos and activities for the better understanding of the subject.
5. The division say area. 3 areas difference. And the dirty area. This is an area at the change of clothes. 2 is sterile area. In the area, the prepared material, and the clean area is the almacenamiento of the materials.
Types of sterilization. With color. It serves to sterilize a wide variety of the resident material and is the most effective and used. Dry heat. It is thermal sterilization method by the oxidation of hot dry air. Glutaraldehyde. They are liquid sterilized used of heat-sensitive materials.
7. Sterile material handling and the basic principles. And the number 1, do not make unnecessary or very stock movements. Number 2, all storing and equipment of the material will be handled with gloves and the handle clip sterling at once. Number 3, any sterling object that's direct contact with another what is now considered to be contaminated. And number 4, it is must be kept inside the sterling field and on the flat surface, especially dedicated for it. And number 5, uh, draft or cloning stacking will be avoided when an sterling packet is opened.
8. Function of the service profile activity of the nurse. This element is of the better job. The activities and service and profile of nurse is the next. Service function. Um, Maintain a good condition and the working or the equipment, material and instruments, carry the inventory of instrument and equipment instead of the service, and the profit news is the you have a know about packing techniques for material instruments and equipment, and must know of the keep the service long and the creative, optimist, empathic, and the fight minded. And the activity nurse is the apply of the some established provision rule and the process, requisite register, supply and material assigned to the service, and control of the distribution of consumer material, swap instruments, and the equipment. Next.
9. Characters say it. Floor walls and the ceiling must be what material that easy to conserve and clean. Artificial lighting must be arranged in such a way that it does not allow shadows. Ventilation must be essential due to production and escape the heat, water vapor, and light production for gauze, clothing, and paper.
Uh, Number 10, who does the pandemic with our experiencing affected of the area? In this area is affects with the lack of material, lack of personal merchandising, autoclave, overcrowding of parents, lack of infrastructure, lack of knowledge of protocol, is the marketing file on the door and the blackout. The record of the entry and exit, look the material and the equipment, and the also natural professional decision mechanism is affected.
11. Strategies to provide a better service. 1. Use the element surprise with the partners. Address complaints. 3. Use positive language that can the candidates to speak. 3. 4. Patient quality and warmth of care. Communication with relative show interest and appreciation and listen to patients.
12. Strategies weekends for sterilization. Stress. Better understanding, better care, better performance. Weekends. Lack of supplies, lack of protect equipment, lack of staff, and ignorance. Opportunities. Innovation, being self-taught, inclusion by staff, increasing straight staff, improvement the organization material and equipment, streamline administrative process.
And number 13, will we remain serene, fear on the conviction after the pandemic? Yes, because in some why the situation in humanity was in a certain wise of the care of parents and the communication with the families, like with the administration, respect, recognition of health, health professional, communicate with the professional ethic and vocation there before in the better protection study for both professional and not professional.
14. Strategies to assist the sick. In order to better upon pandemic issues, it is recommended to carry out the sanitation of the area, have the start measures, use of gloves, mask, coat, and trufas, masking, adequate sterilization of the material, and have a certain distance between the personnel, and finish with your hand before and after entering the area.
19. Communication channels to provide information to patients and families. Have the willingness to explain COVID-19 for pathology reason the situation that they cannot take bodies and must be cremated for a good agreement of RP by the transmission of ID by infographics, share and signing for technically to explain it in a colloquial way to the parent and family, body expression and gestures, posture and orient yourself with the professional head personnel.
Number 16, what role does the nurse play in this pandemic? It, it plays a very important role in science. They are the first line of defense is the pandemic that is with parents on their care they had willpower and vocation. Because in this not easy to put out protective equipment and tolerate street food or coronavirus how to be the person and coronavirus going to be the nursing for self care and caring for waters.
17. Need to project expectations. Before the COVID-19 pandemic, various stand prevent measures for other types of equally contagious diseases as well as isolation methods, but now there is more awareness and attention for personal protection and for the materials that are in the same time in secondary contact with the colleagues and with patients.
18. Experience in carrying out this project. Great college, communication and information, but unfortunately, due to pandemic situation, we could not occur the practical part that is just as important as the theoretical for part of.
And the
Um,
supplies in their surgical bots fine, in the surgical caps fine.
if the supplies surgical but
Finally, thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
thank you. So watch the video in the team sterilization team.